You know that old question, is the chase better than the catch? Is that burning desire for something actually more powerful, more vital than getting it? Well, it's a question that's right at the heart of a classic story by the legendary writer Munshi Premchand. It's called Abhilasha, and it's a really profound look at what happens when the fire of longing cools down into just comfortable contentment.
And with this single sentence, our narrator's entire world gets turned upside down. It's this huge realization, but it doesn't come from a book or a moment of quiet reflection. Nope, it's sparked by her witnessing something raw and honestly pretty shocking just outside her window.
So the story kicks off not with our narrator, but with her neighbor, a local panwala or a betel leaf seller. A really violent argument erupts between him and his wife, and it ends with her just walking out on him. And this one dramatic event becomes the trigger for our narrator to question everything about her own seemingly perfect marriage.
So here's what she sees. The husband is brutal. The wife, after taking it for who knows how long, finally stands up for herself and leaves. But it's the final act that really gets to the narrator. As the wife takes just a few coins from the shop, a shop they built together, he snatches the money right out of her hand. It's this cold, heartless moment that leaves our narrator sleepless. She just keeps thinking, that man must have adored his wife once. Now he's a total stranger. And that thought starts to spiral, turning inward to her own life.
And this is where the comparison begins, the passionate past versus the comfortable, quiet present. See, on the surface, the narrator has everything anyone could possibly want. She's got comfort, security, a husband who adores her, but as she starts to look closer, she realizes that in gaining all of that, she's lost something absolutely vital.
Just think about this first comparison. She remembers standing at the door, her heart literally racing, just waiting for him to come home from work. His smile felt like winning the world. And now? She barely even registers when he comes in or goes out. The thrill is just gone.
And it wasn't just his arrival. His very presence in a room used to be electric. She'd watch, totally fascinated as he did the smallest things, playing with their child, petting the dog. His voice would send a jolt through her. But now, he's home all day, and it's like he's just another part of the furniture. She doesn't even notice he's there. That passion has faded into this comfortable but kinda numb routine.
Okay, and here's where we see this fascinating paradox. She finds an old letter from him, and it's not romantic at all. In fact, he's angry in it, demanding to know why she hasn't written back, even threatening not to come home for the holidays. But to her, that letter feels so alive. It's pulsing with this raw, unfiltered emotion. And then she thinks about his new letters. They're perfectly poetic, filled with beautiful words, and she finds them so lifeless that sometimes she doesn't even bother to open them.
And this whole idea continues as she thinks about the gifts he's given her over the years. This isn't just about letters, it's about the value we place on things and why a simple memory can be worth so much more than a diamond.
And this contrast is just perfectly captured in two gifts. She remembers a simple bouquet of flowers he gave her years ago. She cherished it, kissed it, and kept it in a box even after it withered. Just holding those dried petals sends a jolt of electricity through her. Then, she looks at this magnificent jeweled necklace he just gave her. It's stunning, it's expensive, all her friends are jealous. But to her, it's just a cold, lifeless collection of stone and gold. It has no soul.
And that's her big realization. All the jewels, all the expensive things that are meant to show his love, they mean absolutely nothing compared to the memory held in a handful of dead flowers. The value isn't in the object, right? It's in the feeling it represents, a feeling that is now completely absent. So, after all this reflection, the narrator finally understands what she's truly missing, and it isn't more gifts or more attention. It's something much, much deeper, something you can't touch. It is the feeling of Abhilasha.
Abhilasha. It means a deep longing, a yearning. But it's more than just wanting something. The story suggests that it's the state of longing itself, the uncertainty, the ache, the intense emotion. That's what makes life and love feel vital and real. It's the feeling she had when she was waiting by the door for him, reading his angry letter, cherishing that bouquet. Her life is now fulfilled, but in that very fulfillment, she has lost the vital spark of desire.
And this leads her to this silent, pretty radical prayer. She says that if she could speak to whatever goddess granted her this perfect life, she would say, take it all back. Take the comfort, the security, the constant presence of her husband. She wants to trade it all just to feel that intense, painful, beautiful longing for him one more time.
So as she's lost in these thoughts, crying, her husband wakes up. He's obviously confused by her tears, and for the very first time,
She decides not to hide how she's feeling. She confronts him, and this leads to the climax of the whole story.
She asks him a really simple question. Do you have any desires left? And he just smiles, full of love and contentment, and says his greatest desire, her, has been fulfilled. He wants for nothing more. And for her, this is the most heartbreaking answer you could possibly imagine. His perfect contentment is the very proof of the emotional death she's been feeling.
She pushes him away and delivers this powerful accusation. He who cannot cry cannot love. Now, what she really means is that love isn't just about comfort and happiness. It requires vulnerability. It requires the capacity for pain, for loss, for longing. If you can no longer feel those things, can you really truly feel love?
In her words, they hit him like a physical blow. His confident smile just vanishes. He starts to tremble, puts a hand to his chest like he's in pain. He takes this deep, shuddering breath, and then a single tear rolls down his cheek. In that moment, his whole wall of contentment just shatters.
And that one tear, that is everything. Seeing his vulnerability, seeing his pain, she realizes that deep feeling is still there. It was just buried under years and years of comfort. She rushes into his arms and feels his heart beating strongly, feels that spark in his touch for the first time in years. In his moment of shared sorrow, she finds the connection, the Abhilasha she thought was lost forever.
And so, the story leaves us with this really powerful question. Is a comfortable, fulfilled love the ultimate goal, or is it the tension, the uncertainty, and that profound longing for connection that truly makes us feel alive? It's a question that kind of invites us all to look at our own lives and ask what it is we truly desire.